Hi guys, Will here, and in this video it is going to be of a kit review of a model kit that I picked up. Now it is one of my favourite all-time main lean fighting machines, and I know there's other people out there that seem to have built one of these. I'm sure most have, and it is the Apache helicopter. Now my love of the Apache helicopter has come from, I think, a computer game I used to play on the old Mega Drive called Jungle Strike, where you just flew about in Apache and blew stuff up, and I think that's where the love of this helicopter has come from. Now this one, as you can see there, is from Academy. Now I've built one Academy kit before and halfway through another, so once they're finished I will hopefully get onto this within the next month, hopefully. So as you can see, the box art is just your usual, there's nothing too fancy. It is just the usual of the completed model, and obviously just it flying with a couple of tanks in the background. I'm sure nothing too fancy. Now the kit itself isn't too bad. Now unfortunately I am going to have to do this by keeping the parts. I like to keep the parts in the bag so they can't go walkabouts, because this is just done in my spare room, as you can maybe see in the background. So I don't have much space, and I don't want any parts falling off the sprues, getting lost. So it might happen because sometimes stuff pick up. But anyway, the main hull or airframe even, fuselage, is raised rivets, recessed panel lines, so it all looks fairly nice. Now it is a lovely helicopter, as I said, so it should go together lovely, hopefully. There is your Hellfire missiles. My Warrior wouldn't like that for sure. So there's two sprays in that, and here is the smaller pieces. Now there's the longbow radar, a bit of detail, it's not too bad, and the parts seem decent enough plastic, so there's no ejector pins in the wrong place, looks the things, so all seem to be like hidden where you're not going to see them, which is good. Little wee fiddly bits there, there's a couple of rocket launchers and stuff, so that's that spray. Now there's also your usual stuff, just your warnings, a couple of tips, don't open the bag so that's your warranties void. There's the decals. Now I was halfway through, I did have a quick look. Now I say the Academy decals that I've used before haven't been great, but there's not all that many of them, so I should be able to. They're all quite small too, so there shouldn't be any problems. They do say printed in Korea, so I assume they are their own ones, but it is as it is. Now here's your clear parts. Now as you can see, there's, oh well, you can't see it yet because I haven't showed you it, but there is bits of detail and stuff, and just a frame and what have you. Now it's not the shiniest, you know, it's going to need a coat of clear, maybe a wee polish up. There's the other half. Now this one I hope to might even do with the canopy up, if I can get a decent enough paint job on the cockpit. Does seem to be pretty bland inside, so I should be able to, shouldn't be too much. Now the instructions, now I have found with Academy, you know, it's like obviously add weight, which is quite good, so you don't obviously get a tail setter or whatever. this usual step-by-step stuff, warnings on the front. Now no info on the helicopter, which is quite disappointing, but I do know they are designed originally from the Cold War. If the Russians invaded, they would obviously have something to counteract their tanks. So they came up with this, and I think it is a lean fighting machine. Now, I did have a quick look through it, and not anywhere does it tell you what the main colour is. Now, obviously, it's olive drab, green, so that's not a problem. It's quite ironic that I got this model, because I was running around trying to find paints I needed for my warrior, and there was found a place, but it had one thing of olive drab, and I thought that I should maybe get that just for the future. And there was one more place the other side of the city that I went to, and I tried that, and that's where I bought this kit, and it was almost like destiny. Now, I probably would have ordered one eventually, because I do have a love for it. So here's your rotor blades. Now, hopefully I should be able to get a wee drip and all of them and get it looking all sexy. There's your rocket launchers, which are pretty cool. There's your air intake, which is just your usual kind of stuff, but hopefully it'll go together nicely without any filler, because it's all mostly rivets. So if you have to sand, you're going to lose your rivets, and I wouldn't have a clue how to redo that. Now, I did come across a video. I don't even know who it was or where it was, but there's your rotor blade. But that person done a wee bit of scratch building, just got a wee bit of wire and just drilled 2 wee holes, put an extra bit of detail. So I might even attempt that if I can find the video again, which was a cool wee touch. But all the parts are very nice. Now, the wheels don't look to be weighted, but I don't think that matters all that much. The joystick, there's the cockpit dash. Sorry about the poor light, guys, but I should have done this in daylight. But not too much detail there. It's not the greatest, but it is. Now, these here I find quite interesting. These here. Now, I assume these are to ground missiles. Now, they're not used in this kit, but there was 2 of these. There was this one and the gunship. So I assume it's the exact same kit, just a different box and instruction book. Now, I assume the more modern warfare that they require a longer range of attack, which I assume this might actually be. It's just got longer range than the Hellfires maybe. So there's no instructions to put them on, I noticed, but what I might do, if I fancy it, they are there. I can't see it being too difficult. If I wanted to put them on, they're just white. But I might just do with what I remember and just do the usual. There's the front gun there, which looks all pretty nice. So it's all very nice. The wee bit of detail on the seats there. It does have seat belts and stuff. They're not great, but then there's no point in being spectacular either. I wouldn't quite have the ability yet to or made of resin or something to get all that brilliant detail out anyway. So it's not, I'm not at that point where I want to get everything spotless. I want to make good models, but at the same time I've got to be realistic in my abilities for now. So it will be my model. I built it, so all the wee mistakes tell a story and teach you a lesson. So that's really it. So I look forward to building this one, as I said, because of just dropped the instructions. I look forward to building this one, as I said, because it is just something that's just, it's just so nice. I do remember my brother building one of these years and years ago, a wee smaller scale one, but I do remember it, and it was one of the kits, very few kits that I actually remember being built when I was wee. But it's a lovely helicopter, so that will hopefully be my next project. Doesn't look too long of a build, and paint is all pretty much the same colour, just a darker green and olive drab really, so it's shouldn't be too much of a difficult paint job. So that's it. So I will catch up with these again in the next video, and until then, keep building and enjoy. All the best. Bye bye.